Hi everyone, good morning. Sorry I'm a little late here. I was actually drying my hair. So today we're talking about hair products. And so I'm just gonna close a few things here. Okay, perfect. So we're talking about hair loss products today. I did a whole Facebook Live on, causes of hair loss, lab work to consider, and naturopathic treatments a few months ago. I think it was in the summertime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that Facebook Live that I did in the spring in the comment after the Facebook Live is done. But basically, today what I really want to talk about is hair loss products. So some products that I found that can be really helpful and things that you can consider. Okay, so I'm just going to also check one other thing. And if you have any questions during while I'm talking, just pop them into the comments. And even afterwards, if there's any questions, I can definitely answer them for you. And okay, let's get started. So, first things first is I'm just going to briefly talk about causes of hair loss when it comes to PCOS. Number one cause can be insulin resistance. This is because when insulin levels are high, it can increase testosterone, and that can cause hair loss and also acne and excessive hair growth. So it's really important to get assessed for insulin resistance through blood work and through your symptoms to figure out if that's the case, and really focus on treating insulin resistance first. The second thing is looking at just signs and symptoms of high testosterone and high testosterone in the blood. So these are things like acne, hirsutism, and obviously hair loss. And so if there's signs and symptoms of that, plus in the blood work we see levels of high testosterone, like free total testosterone, androstenedione, and DHT, this is dihydrotestosterone, we do want to work on bringing testosterone levels down. DHEAS is a type of testosterone that comes from the adrenal glands. So when this is high, we're really working on stress management because the adrenal glands are where we create cortisol, our stress hormone. So we're looking at insulin, we're looking at testosterone, and then we're also looking at nutritional deficiencies and any issues in the thyroid. So in terms of nutritional deficiencies, we're looking at vitamin D, iron, B12. Those are like the top ones. Zinc, you can also look at zinc and selenium. But those are like the top ones to really look out for in blood work to really see if you have any nutritional deficiencies there. And then the thyroid. So hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's thyroiditis can cause hair loss. So oftentimes when we see TSH is high and T3 is low, this is our active form of the thyroid hormone, we do find that hair loss can also happen in hypothyroidism and in Hashimoto's thyroiditis. With Hashimoto's thyroiditis, there's antibodies that are being created towards the immune system. So that's a big part of figuring out if hair loss is coming from antibodies to our immune system or so. And then last but not least is really making sure that stress is under control because there is something called telogen effluvium, where if there's a huge stressor that's happened, what will happen is the follicle will enter into the telogen phase, and that's basically programmed for cellular death. And so the hair follicle is going to fall out within 2 to 4 months after that. So if you're experiencing hair loss now, and it's quite a bit of hair loss, what you want to consider is what happened 2 to 3 or even 4 months ago, any big stressors in your life that could have contributed to that. And that can be one of the causes. Okay, so when we're looking at patterns of hair loss when it comes to PCOS, typically in the crown area here is a big part. and sometimes in the temple area here. Even overall thinning can also happen too. But I'm going to talk a little bit about some products today that I've found to be helpful for myself. And if you have any products about that you've used, please drop them in the comments below as well, so we can see what other people are using as well. So in terms of multivitamins, Samaya is asking for hair and nails. Typically a good multivitamin is nice, but always figuring out what the cause is, because if it is nutritional deficiencies, that can really help with hair loss. But we need to really figure out, is it insulin, is it testosterone, is it the thyroid, is it stress, and then kind of treat that based on what we're seeing in the lab work. So it's hard for me to say exactly like what products to use in terms of supplements. I'm pretty sure I go over that in our previous Facebook Live that I did about hair loss, so I will drop it in the comments below. But today we're talking about hair products. So I'm gonna kind of go through what I use. The first thing is obviously shampoo. I've recently used this one. It's by Alba Botanica. And the reason why I really like this one, it's based out of with coconut milk, or is it coconut oil? Sorry, coconut oil. Yeah, and this one is really nice. I find coconut oil can be really good when it comes to hair loss. It also just helps to with a dry scalp, and also if you have any dandruff. So this one's all natural. It's made without sulfates and no parabens. And I find that it works actually pretty well. I really like this because it does like soap up, and it does make like a soapy texture. A lot of like natural products won't do that, but this one actually has been doing that. So it's actually, I'm really finding that this one works. Okay, the second one that I've been using for a while is coconut milk shampoo by, I think it was OGX. And OGX, this one is, I think it's kind of natural, but not as natural as the Alba Botanica one. It does have some fragrance and perfume in here, so maybe just keep that in mind. But if you're looking for like a coconut milk shampoo, these are two to consider. Somebody also recommended to me, there's like a biotin one by OGX, and that one apparently can work really well for hair loss too. Okay, this one is literally like a treatment, and I found that it actually works pretty for my hair when I get a lot of dandruff and oily scalp, because this one's formulated with tea tree oil. So it's by Live Clean. It's called Healthy Scalp. And this one also has peppermint, it has lavender, chamomile, rosemary, which is really nice for hair loss. And I think it also has coconut oil in here too, yeah, and olive oil. So this one, I find it does smell like tea tree. So if you don't like the smell of tea tree, maybe not for you. But I find tea tree does work well when it comes to hair loss associated to high testosterone. So this is Healthy Scalp by Live Clean. And then their conditioners for all of those are great too. Yeah, and Samaya saying Vichy thickness shampoo works really well for her. So that's great. I haven't heard of that one, so I'm going to look into that one. Okay, so then after the shower, basically what I've been using is this Kevin Murphy. It's called Untangled. And what I really like about this product is that it can actually, if you have thick hair, which a lot of PCOS women do, this can really help with just combing your hair without losing too much hair. Because the issue sometimes is when you comb your hair, hair falls out. So with this, it just helps to like smoothen and help get that comb into the hair so that you're not losing as much hair. This one I just started using a few months ago, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop using this now, because I found it was hard to kind of get through my hair after showering. And this has been literally a night and day change for me. And I really love the smell. It's made with botanicals, and it just makes your hair smell good too, which I really like. So that's that. Oh, and I want to show you my hairbrush. This is by, where is this from again? Aveda. So Aveda is really great for hair products. My hairdresser actually was using this hairbrush on me, and he said he had his own hairbrush like this for like 10 years. So it worked. He had it for a very long time, so I figured I would get it and try it, and I've had it now since 2019, I think. And I really like it. It's basically by Aveda. It's just like a paddle brush. The nice thing about it is the bristles are kind of far apart, and none of them have fallen out, and they've all been intact. And I really find that it works really, really well on my hair. I love using a paddle brush just because my hair is straight. But there's also another brush that I will link in the comments that I was using before. But actually, someone stole it from me. My car got broken into, and they took my makeup bag, and my hairbrush was in there. And I really like this hairbrush. So I'm gonna show you. I will put the hairbrush in there too, because I found that one was really good as well. Okay, and then after showering and washing, basically I found this really great oil. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, here we go. By Acure. And it's a Moroccan argan oil, and I find that it works really well after washing your hair, and just putting it into the ends of the hair here, because it can really be nice to just smoothen everything out, and then also like really hydrates the hair if your hair is dry. And I find my hair does get quite dry in the winter time here in Canada. So this one, just like literally just one or two, like one pump, just rub it into your hands, and then just, put it straight through into the ends of your hair, and it can work really well to just hydrate and smooth out the hair. Another one that I find as a scalp treatment is rosemary essential oil. So this is by Now, the Now brand. It's an organic essential oil. It's rosemary. And what we find is that with rosemary onto the scalp, it can be really helpful for hair loss and helping to support the scalp. So I just bought, so that you just buy like a small little spray bottle from like the dollar store. This is probably like 50 mils, and just put like about 50 drops into here, and then fill it all the way up, and then you basically just spray it right onto your scalp right before a shower or even after a shower. So before a shower, you can leave it in as a treatment and then wash your hair, or you can use it afterwards, and then your hair or your scalp will kind of smell like rosemary, but it's not too strong. And then you can even put some jojoba oil into here just to keep it longer. Make sure the oils are fresh, or even some aloe vera. So I find that this one can work really well for that, and just helping to treat actually the hair loss and prevent hair from falling. Another thing I do want to mention is sometimes what can happen is in the first part of your cycle, so this is after your period is done, I do find hair loss can go up a little bit, because this is when we're building a little bit more testosterone. And so working on the cycle to like balancing the hormones with estrogen and testosterone, because our hair loves estrogen. When we build lots of estrogen, we don't lose as much hair. So that's why a lot of women in pregnancy, because we're building lots of estrogen, lots of progesterone, our hair is actually nice and full. We're creating lots of hair. That's why hair looks really great in pregnancy. In PCOS, since we're building so much testosterone, it's opposing that estrogen, and that's why a lot of hair can fall, especially in that first part of the cycle. So, really working on testosterone and figuring out where the testosterone is coming from is very important when it comes to hair loss in PCOS. Okay, I hope this was really helpful for you guys. These are the products that I use. I just wanted to come on and share them with you guys. If there's any products out there that you guys use, please drop them in the comments because it's really helpful, even for me, to see if there's any products out there that I'm missing or that I can take a look at. But definitely things like coconut oil, tea tree oil, rosemary can work really well on the scalp and helpful for PCOS hair loss. All right, everybody, happy Friday. I'll see you next week.